Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and off-parade curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at theGrandSlamOfCurling.com.
Good evening and welcome to Curling Stadium's coverage of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. We're underway in this one as we bring you the qualifying action between a couple of Asian teams, which we'll discuss in a minute. My name is Jim Nix and I'm here with Sean Joyce, and we're looking forward to bringing you this game, which should be a good one, I think, Sean.
Yeah, you'd have to anticipate it. Usually with any bonds, by the time you get to the playoffs, you know you've got two teams that are playing well and playing to go a little farther in this event. Unusual format we were talking a little bit about before we got on the air. It's a little different from what we've seen before. These are qualifying games, but by the same token, if they lose here, they still got another chance.
Yeah, it's
as we understand it.
yeah, it's a little different. It's new to us too, so we'll figure it out as we go through here. So we're just trying to sort out who has hammer and all that as the first end is getting close to being over here. Looks like Kitazawa has hammer.
I believe so, yes.
Throwing the blue stones, going by a trusty production team, letting us know that by putting that nice little hammer above the scoreboard.
Well, with that rollout, they might have a chance to set up a deuce yet here.
Yeah.
We're into third stones. This is the last of the third stones, looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, we were saying earlier, Kitazawa was sitting at 3-0 right now, and Kim at 2-1. Kim lost one game really early, just a 5-4 squeaker, and came back and win a couple. And Kitazawa's been not rolling. They've had some tight games, but they have managed to win all three that they've played so far.
But I'll handle the last names on the Kim team, and you handle the last names on the Kitazawa team.
Yeah, it's usually the choice on the when you look at this team. Kim is there isn't one of the other ladies' teams in the Gim skips, and there's a couple of Gims and a couple of Kims. I had it messed up for a while, but this one I double checked it, and you should be good with this, Sean. I could probably handle this one myself, but I'll leave that one with you. Yeah,
the last names I think handle.
Yeah, well, yeah. I did cheat a little. I always do with some of the names, try to get some pronunciation offline, but even that doesn't always help a lot. So we will work our way through it, and if we get any help from our spectators, you can let us know in the chat once we find out that's up and running. So,
and apologize in advance for all the names I mispronounce. I think I can get the last names, but
yeah.
There's some syllables there with the first names too.
There is, yeah. It's
I think I'm sure I've seen the Kim team before. To be honest, I'm not sure that I've seen this Kitazawa team play yet, but
yeah, pretty solid Kitazawa. So a chance here for the Kim team to come around the blue at the top of the house and just off the top of the house and maybe set up a potential steal, but line's looking pretty good. Lots of room so far. A little deep.
Yeah, didn't really get much finish there. I've been going back and forth myself. I've done a few games here and a few games in Vernon. this weekend, so the ice has been a little bit different. But my recollection of what I've seen of this one, there's been big late finish. That one, they certainly didn't get as much as they were hoping for. It's just about completely wide open.
Yeah, I agree with your comment though. The ice here has had a lot of finish. It's been going quite sideways when you nail the weight perfectly. But that was a little sluggish coming across, no question.
It's interesting here, Kitazawa. I saw them indicate they're going to try to roll open. Of course, with it being that deep, if you roll behind cover and Kim makes the freeze on top of it, you're forced. So they're trying to roll open here now, thinking in terms of possibly getting the blank.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because if you roll open here, then she has no choice but to basically play the hit on it. And
Yeah. She'd have to
Just
stay,
nice.
though. If she ever rolled out, that stone at the center line is close enough. You could make a play for two with a split.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it'd be worth a try this early in the game. I think it's, you're only probably 7, 8 inches off the ring. So, but for now, she has a chance to take that away by hitting and staying here.
There is quite the wall there on the right-hand side as we look at the house. If she gets all the way under there, granted, she'd be only back 12 or something like that, but you could get the force. Now, here's the interesting part of that. Could you ever roll? I think you could. I think you could roll behind that wall and be only about half in the 12-foot, and she still might try the split.
Yeah, yeah. If you roll too far, for sure. So final rock now for Eunjung Kim.
Trying to get it to curl to roll behind something.
Ooh,
she
may not hit it.
almost didn't hit it at all. Wow.
Yeah, just about blew that one by. A lot of weight on that shot for a shot that you're planning on staying with. It's almost like you're throwing the blank attempt kind of thing for that weight.
Yeah, well, they were looking to roll the other direction. Like that was not, she missed that by a full rock's width on what she was playing for.
So here comes a split attempt. So this split, I think, Sean, pretty much only one way to play this, and that would be the way that she's going here. I find sometimes the splits you have an option which way to go with it, and whether you cross the face or not. But here you don't have a choice, I don't think.
Yeah, the yellow's kind of in the way.
Yeah. So get about probably a half a rock or so, and with T-line or a little bit better weight, you should be able to make this.
You could even get away with it thinner. She's got a lot of handle on this one, trying to get some extra action, and that'll straighten it out. She may not make contact.
Yeah, she's better about making any contact than making a little bit. Well, she's right through.
Now try to get through.
Yeah. So not too much. We didn't get to see too much of the first end, but what we saw resulted in a blank end in the first end, and Kitazawa will retain hammer, and we'll be back with you just in a minute after the break.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
So back for end number 2 in this match between Kitazawa of Nagano, Japan, and Kim from Gangneung, Korea. Kitazawa with hammer in the second end here. Not too much happened in the first end, at least at the end of it when we came on the broadcast. So see how much action we get going on here this end.
Well, we've had some kind of a miss. We get they're getting underway quite quickly in these ends. So we missed the lead stones, but they got the center guard, and the first blue one is in the corner. So probably a heavy draw, I would guess, and a come around chance.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of finish on that one, Sean.
Yep.
Buried one about 2.5 feet, 3 feet.
Yeah, and that's what I was seeing in the games that I had seen yesterday. Like you don't have to come tight by a guard here to get buried.
No. Lead stone for Kitazawa is Minori Suzuki. And she is playing the intern draw right around all of this.
This will be a good look at it. Well, I was going to say it would be a good look at it, just not going to have the legs to get there. But you look at where that rock was as it crossed the hog line and the way it was curling. I mean, it would have gotten to the yellow one had she had the weight. All the movement,
exactly, yeah.
Much of the movement is late, which, you know, it really is nice for the fans and for the commentators because there's a lot of shots that could be made.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a good example. I think they're trying to come around the stone on the top of the 8-foot.
Yeah, I think you're right. Can't really see the broom holder there, but there she is. Judging by the last one, I think she figures she can probably come around that and bury and still be T-line or above. This is going to be sneak it by. She will. I think pretty good result.
Yeah, she's got a quarter behind anyway.
Yep. Solo peel attempt now for Kim, just figuring, or for Kitazawa, figuring she's better do something with this. It's getting a little messy.
Could move all three of them here.
Yep. A lot of rotation.
Still curling.
Yeah, that curled a long way for that type of shot. That type of throw usually doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, she's been quiet. She had a lot of handle on that.
Yeah.
Usually you expect a hold. It's hard to tell from our angle. That's the one thing that's tough with when you throw that much extra handle. Sometimes you can get it started just a little bit, and maybe that's the case.
Yeah. So this will be a guard going back up for Team Kim.
They might like this one a little bit higher now. You want some separation.
I think she's going to be pretty high if she wants to be or not, so she'll work out okay.
They need to stop now. It's threatening to overcurl.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, she's still going to play the front one, so. Second stone, Amy Inami for Kitazawa.
Still would like to make at least two move here if she could.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. She's going to be close.
Made all three move.
Made the move, just didn't move far enough.
Oh, that's still better. It's still better for her. I mean, the center line's open, and it is her rock now on the center line if she had to come and try to run it back one more time.
Yeah.
The shot stone in the 4-foot, it is behind cover, but you know, you can certainly get to it with the amount of curl, and it's mostly behind the D line. That's a pretty good shot.
So third stone, Chung A Kim, looking to play the draw around again. So far, all the offense here has been for Team Kim. Sweeper's not doing much with this. It's taking his time to come to. Obviously, if you're just that little bit heavy, which is normal, but a little bit heavy and it just doesn't do much. Good opportunity to escape this end here now for Kitazawa and maybe even find a way to get two here yet.
Yeah, for sure. She's lining up the double. It's not really critical to get the second one out, but she would like to move it. I mean, get right to it, push it. You push it any amount you can push it gives you more room to try to score a second point.
Exactly.
Right,
yeah.
right now she doesn't have a lot of rings available, but if you could slide across there, even push it a foot, and that opens up all of the 4 foot and a portion of the 8 foot as potential scoring zone. Your shooting would already be one buried. It's more like a hit and roll than a true double, but I don't think she got out to the broom on that one.
No, it doesn't look like it from here, does it? Maybe. Oh, she's going to be okay. It's a great shot. Like you say, it would have been nice to move it a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with that.
They would have liked to move it a little bit farther, but it wasn't a true double in every sense of the word. They were playing it. It's a hit and roll. It was a hit and roll, and you're hoping to nudge that second one. They would have liked to nudge it, like you said, just a little bit farther, but they're sitting one now, and there is room to get a second point for sure.
Yeah.
And not an obvious next shot for the Kim team either. Like, she's going to play that same draw, but this is not a comfortable draw. She can't get to the blue stone.
No, she got nothing helping her here at all. It's just
no.
Yeah. Third stone Kim. I feel like I'm cheating if I just say the last name.
That's what I intended to do. You know, it's funny because when we see these teams, I was thinking about it during the break, and I've wondered about this before because I have seen this Kim team before. We never get enough of the bios, and I realized that Kim is a very common last name in Korea. I would like to know how or even if these players are related. Are they sisters? Are they cousins? Are they not related at all? And of course, we just don't have that information. But that's the kind of stuff I'd like to know with a team like this.
What we do have is a great shot there by the third stone.
She actually did get to the corner of the blue, and she is shot rock.
It's just a terrific shot. Now there is an opportunity for Kitazawa here to sit pretty good after the shot, but it's a run back's never easy, and this isn't a real short one. If she decides to play that,
she's got the double off the yellow that's in the 12 foot as well.
Yeah,
you'd be hard pressed to get second shot with that. It looks a little safer to me than the run back.
Yeah, I think it would be safer as well. They're certainly having a look at it. It might be a little harder to sit two, obviously, on this shot, but you might have another shot afterwards, right?
Well, that's true. Yeah, if you get the double and just stick it, stay right in front of your own blue stone, you can still see half of that yellow one. You might be able to move it back for 2 or 3 yet.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they've settled on the run.
Yeah, I don't think they're trying to run it at the cluster either, though. It looks like they're trying to run it onto the one in the 12 foot. So get the shooter out of the way as well.
Yeah.
Well, and they're going to leave that yellow sandwich there because if you could hit that on the nose, the blue one's the only one that stays. The danger with this that I see, if you ever hit the guard too thick, there is a way you could actually drive it back and pick that blue right out of the 4 foot.
Yeah.
You'd have to be a little unlucky to do that, but I mean, it's a risk you're taking here.
Yeah. Sweeper going hard on it. Right out of her hand. It seemed like it's probably going to curl a little too much. Maybe. Well,
Not what they had in mind, but it works.
yeah. She can get that one out the back. Maybe. Geez, she's close.
Yeah, I
that
don't know.
wasn't exactly how I thought that would work out either
No.
way, even if, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect the second, the blue one to pop up like that. But
No, exactly, yeah.
again, you'd have to think with hack weight, she could probably get to it, but it's not going to be easy.
No. Good opportunity to force Kitazawa to make a tough shot to score, though.
Yeah.
Of course, we got a couple of rocks left, I guess, so.
Yeah, we're going to skip stones now. You could throw backline to hack, and if it doesn't come up for you, there's actually a way you could make it off your own.
Mm-hmm.
The quieter you throw it, the more you can do even off your own rock. But with the amount of curl there is late, that it becomes harder to hold the line.
Yeah. So skip Eunjung Kim. So an intern hit, delicate weight.
And maybe too delicate. They're waving down.
Yeah, it looked like they were indicating she was quite light. Just got to curl a little more, I think. Well, looks.
Not able to get it quite through.
No, could have used that a little bit more for sure.
Well, if she's going to play the draw here, she's not going to be able to bring that stone back in.
No, not even going to look at that. I thought that she'd still have a look at the other shot.
Yeah, I thought so.
Tough double to hit it like in the crotch there, but you could do it, make the double that way, and end up with sitting 2 when you're done. But anyway, she obviously, there was no doubt in her mind she's playing this one for sure. So. This is Ikue Kitazawa. Turn draw. Looking for 4 foot, a little bit better even. She might have let it go a little wide, but starting to move now pretty good.
Yeah, it should walk from the hog line in.
Yeah. She's got the weight. She's got a good shot. Well, certainly see why she was no doubt in her mind what she should play. Perfect draw weight. She could have stood to be probably a little shorter than that.
Yeah, I was ready to argue that they overswept that.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
I get that they were looking for the change the shot. She's still going to freeze to it. If it's 6 inches higher, you're going to have a little bit more room to score. A good freeze here. I mean, there's nothing available on the in-turn side. You're not going to have a ton of room on the out-turn side to score.
No, I agree. I see that a lot where teams are aren't quite as perfect on shots like that as they could be. When it's that good, you could be that much better, and that little bit of could be what makes the difference sometimes between winning and losing. So I agree with you. That stops a foot shorter.
Got a lot of room.
Yeah. She could end up with shot rock here yet. She didn't, I don't think, but pretty close. Oh.
Yeah, she'll have to move it. She'll have to move it to score anyway. She can't draw to beat it.
Yeah, true. So. Exactly, yeah. I think the blue's still shot. It's just...
Yeah.
Even though we know some of the cameras are not exactly right, but this one you can kind of see the pinhole even, so... She's taking probably a little less ice than I would have thought she'd take for this shot, Sean. Just the way the draw weight comes down, I figured she'd only
Well,
be
I'm
throwing like that.
just not sure what. You got no room to score if you don't move it, so you probably throw something you feel like you can control a bit better.
Yeah, true enough. So it's on its way. Lots of rotation. Sweeper's indicating
That's the rotation
one,
that
but I
scares
don't
me.
know
This
what
may
that
not occur.
means. It's got to come up. No, it's going to be close. Going to be real close. She just has to stay.
Yeah,
can't see it.
Hard to stay with that rotation.
But I think she did,
I think
though.
it stayed in time, though.
Yeah, excellent shot. 2 great shots there for a skipper. Pulls off a deuce here in the second end, and Kitazawa will take a 2-0 lead after 2 ends, and we'll be back right after the break.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
So, Team Kitazawa with a 2-0 lead after 2 ends of play here, Sean. Couple nice shots by the skipper to pull out 2 points in that end.
Yeah, really nice come around on her first one, get to the top of the button, and really forced a very difficult shot from Kim where, she makes it as good as she can. All she was going to do was cut down the scoring area, and she didn't get the curl she was looking for, left the relatively, easier than the draw would have been, tap back for 2, and Kitazawa able to make it, just held enough of the rings. She had a lot of rotation on that last rock, and it almost geared off.
Yeah, it's so often we see that with their last draw where she's trying to, or, Kim's last draw, she's trying to get in there tight and be right frozen and make it really difficult, at the very least, make it difficult for Kitazawa to score. And if she's anywhere even 2-3 feet short of that, she's probably taken away to the deuce. And so you just need to be that little bit more aware, I guess. But it was a good effort and a good shot. So Kim with hammer now for the first time in the second end, or third end rather. We'll see how she gets along. Both good teams, both ranked in the top 20 in the world. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Just looking to follow it down, really, and this has got a ton of room.
Yeah. Yeah, it's way, way out there. Not going to get close. Not a really useful rock for sure.
No, I'm surprised she's even looking at hitting it.
Yeah, me too. Really surprised because she's down a couple of points even. It's, like the question, I guess, would become why. And
Well, yeah, to that, I guess what I would have to think is she's not really looking to roll buried here. She hit and roll over, stay wide open, and because you've got last rock, is that a rock that Kitazawa can really ignore? So you have her going after a rock at the back of the 8 foot when you've got shot at the top of the 4.
Yeah.
The problem is you hit that a couple of times and now it's into the 4 foot. That's why I'd have been tempted to just ignore that.
Come right around again.
Wow.
Wow, this is...
But this comes back to the ice. Like, this shot, as much as it looks gutsy, it's so makeable on this ice. Like, she just didn't throw a great stone on the last one, but there's so much curl here.
Yeah.
Like, if you trust that we're always going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of the line we're looking for, why not play this draw? You can ignore stones in the back of the house. This is a lot riskier on straight ice. This has got better line early. It looks like it's way out there, but it should walk at the end. There it goes. Look at it.
Yeah, as soon as it passes that hog line, as long as it's not heavy, it moves over pretty hard. You need to get it over a little tiny bit further. It's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty good. How do you get that out?
The inside of that. Yeah.
Even if you could pass it by the yellow on the 4 foot, it's not getting by that yellow at the back of the 8.
No.
Not sure I love this call. I get what she's trying to do. I mean, the easiest way to move that blue is probably to rub that yellow behind it. The problem is if you ever pop that yellow out into the open, you're actually going to give the Kitazawa team another way to get into the button area.
Yep. Yeah. Second stone, Chohee Kim. This line looks really good on this.
Yeah, she'd like to get to the nose.
Yeah, she's going to be really close.
Needs a little more.
Good shot.
It's all right. I mean, it's close to what they were playing. I would have liked to get, if it's me, I would like to get just a little bit more curl out of the first one so that when they catch the yellow, they would have clipped it a little thinner. It wouldn't have gone as far, and then the blue might have slid a little bit farther back. It was a really tough shot.
Yeah. Kitazawa's third, Seina Nakajima, just out to make sure she's straight on what they're playing here and that she likes it and all that kind of stuff. Very aggressive team. Not going to fool around.
I only see the two choices here, and they've kind of discussed both. You could go after the stone at the top of the 8 foot, more or less straight back. You just try to kill it and keep your shooter right there.
Yeah.
Because that stone in the 8 foot is a dangerous stone.
Yeah.
Kim could definitely get to it and use it to promote into the 4 foot area, either as a draw or as a hit if that's what you leave her. So they're going to try to play the freeze, though, on the stone in the corner of the 4 foot. She is already sitting 1. I don't think you want to move this, though, Jim. I think you just want to sit cornered on the inside. Yeah. Because otherwise she plays that run as a hit.
This is dying pretty quick.
And diving, too. It's not getting by.
No. New path, probably. It just caused him a little bit of grief.
Yeah.
Now she could be in massive amounts of trouble. if Kim can get to the inside of that a little bit, I think she probably can. If you've got the wherewithal to wait and go by that top one by not very much, then you could be sitting 3 or 4 after this shot.
3 for sure. It's
Yeah, it might be hard not to clip the back one.
even if you clip it, you might not kill it. You might leave it hanging on back there somewhere. And with last rock, those are the rocks that end up on the scoreboard as the really crooked numbers.
Yeah.
A lot of discussion there. I think it's key for them, I think, actually, to get a firm idea of what they want for the weight in their mind. You could throw this really quiet, and if it ever happened to over curl on you, you could actually promote that yellow one.
Yeah.
You know, a thin rub on that's just going to put it into the forefoot somewhere. And there's still this blue stone's never going to be guarded, so definitely quiet.
Got to make sure you get the sweeping right on this. This looks really close to being real good. And it is. Did lose the back one as we thought might happen.
Yeah, but rolled in far enough to Christmas tree. Like she might be able to make the slash double on the one in the corner of the forefoot.
Yeah.
I think that's what she's looking at.
I'm still really surprised they didn't on the first one play the hit on the top yellow. But
it was the dangerous stone, wasn't it? Like
yeah, it really was.
And they talked about it. I thought that's what they were going to play. Because, of course, if they'd played this hit on the last one, they would have been playing it straight back just to keep their shooter there. This time, if they're playing the double, they actually need to play it as a slash. She's close.
Yeah, really close.
That one, oh, that's bad luck.
Yeah, that is unlucky, yeah.
Like, that's dead stuck in behind.
Yeah. So Kim with a chance to really, really put a lock, not a lock in this end, but it increase the degree of difficulty of Kitazawa escaping this without a 3-hander. It'd be a lot if you can put this rock in the right place.
Yeah. You don't want to leave her another chance at the same kind of double. So you got to bury it a little bit more. At the same time, you got to be careful. You overbury this, which is real easy to do on this ice. You could leave her hit and roll off the shot stone. So, you know, line-wise, they're not playing with a lot of territory here. They want to be basically edge to edge with the stone that's shot rock right now, so she can't get inside off of it. Nothing out of the brushes. Are they worried this might be deep?
It's a little bit deep, I think, yeah. Definitely deeper than they wanted to be.
Yeah, but that is the line they had in mind. You might have gotten away with it because I'm not sure how she moves 2 of them.
Yeah, I know.
It's still going to make, I mean, a good shot here could still make 3 very difficult, but it's hard to stop them from scoring 2.
Yeah. Got to be smart with this shot for sure. Like you say, I think that it'd be really nice to find a way to prevent a deuce, but you might have to settle for saying, well, let's make that 3 really, really hard or virtually impossible to get, because she is looking at hitting this right here, in which case she could probably get at least 2 of them. But, man, you're going to be close to that blue guard.
Yeah. We're not, our camera angle here from the hack end is not directly behind the hack. So I'm looking at the guard. The guard is basically edge to edge with the center line. And the one that was just thrown looks like it's 2 inches over the center line. Yeah. So I wonder if she's thinking, can we throw this with enough weight to hit basically the crotch of the 2 that are open? And if you could, they probably all 3 of them fly with spin. But it's tough because when two rocks are side by side like that, as much as it looks like you can hit the middle, I mean, if you had to go straight down,
Yeah.
we're not throwing with a square rock, we're throwing with a round one. So the leading edge is going to hit that stone on the, if we look at the overhead view, it's actually going to hit that stone on the right first.
Yeah.
It's not going to hit as much in the crotch as you think it is.
Yeah.
She could do it with quieter weight for sure, but then you probably don't, because there's three of them and the two of them are touching or close to touching. I don't think you're going to get more than, you might only get one of them out.
Maybe just one of them.
You might only get one of them out. Yeah. Definitely no more than two.
Yeah. I think you're right on the one. And I also think, though, that if you got the one and you stayed right there,
yeah,
it would make it really tough for.
Hard to stay there, though, because I think you're going to hit that first, like you can only see 2 inches that first one. So I'm thinking you're spinning.
Yeah.
Your shooter's probably spinning to the open side a little bit. And then
might be.
Kim plays the hit and roll underneath again, and you're still in some trouble. I mean, I don't know what else she plays. It's all a question of how hard do you want to play it. The other option that I see, and I can't say for sure it would even work, is you play the hit. You're actually trying to hit the more open one first.
Yeah.
Come into the other one, and you're not going to move the third rock very far, but you just try to nudge it and leave your shooter kind of corner frozen.
Yeah.
You still might be looking at two, but you might have another shot for your last one. I don't think you want to spin. I don't think you want your shooter to spin to the open on this one.
Yeah. Well, here it comes anyways. Going to come with a little bit of weight.
A lot of handle, and that makes it real hard to hold the shooter there.
She's going to be tight to the guard. She could be good, though.
Wow. That was basically what I was talking about. You wouldn't have thought, with as close as that came by the guard, that she could have done that.
No.
Especially with that much handle. You would have thought that would have popped out the other way. But
yeah, I'm going to have another look at it.
There was just no way she was ever going to touch the crotch, and that's what we said. What I said,
Yeah.
you know, it's misleading. You think you can hit the crotch, but it's a round rock, so the leading edge gets to that other stone before the edge gets to the other stone. She ended up leaving her shooter in a great spot. All Kim can do is throw a guard. She's throwing a center guard with last rock. This is not the shot you want to play. It's just it's all she's got.
No, when she threw that one that hard, when she snuck it by the top guard, I expected to see probably more moving than what moved. Whether that was hers or another yellow or something, I did expect to see a little more action there rather than just pretty much just off nose hit. But anyway, she probably thought she'd get more out of it than that, but that might be as good as she could hope for, playing the shot she played at least. So guard here for Kim. Just has to make sure she takes the raise takeout away in the blue one.
And you want it long enough that she's not going to think about trying to run the yellow one back too.
Yeah.
They have to go a little bit to close the gap. There it goes.
Looking at this, but I have to believe they're counting two. Sure.
It looks like it for sure.
Yeah.
On this ice, I have to think there's room on the out turn. She could get to the wider of the two yellows with enough to move it, but it's not going to look easy from the hacks.
No, and I think you're right. Just moving it a little bit would be good.
She's plugging the hole. She's just going to take away the draw for three. She's going to concede the deuce.
Well, that's good. She was pointing a while ago. I thought she might be looking at that, that slash in there, and I thought, wow, you don't need to play that. It's not easy. So Kitazawa with the guards. Not very often you see the same two teams play the exact same shot. Basically the exact same shot. But they did play opposite turns. This one's going to curl hard, but should still be okay. She'd like a little rub if she can get it.
Yeah, she needs the rub now. If she doesn't get it, she might still leave the draw path.
Yeah, she did touch it.
Ooh, it took a big spin at the end. I don't think there's enough room to get through there with a draw, though. If you make the port, you're not getting by the blue
You're
one.
not getting by the blue. That's the problem, yeah.
So now they're wondering if they come to the corner of their own, and it doesn't look to me like she'd be shot rock.
And there's not really any benefit in playing the yellow back, even though it's like ridiculously hard shot, because you're probably not ever going to make it for 3, because you're not going to be thrown it that hard. I think you take your 2 and be happy here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance I'm trying this draw, because if you thought, well, we can't hurt ourselves, but I'm not so sure you can't.
Oh, I think you
by
can.
By the time you make that port, you're going to have a hard time getting past the blue stone at the top of the 4-foot, and there's a chance if you wiggle it. I realize it's corner frozen, but it doesn't have to move very far before its second shot.
Well, you're exactly right. That would be disastrous to give up a shot on an attempt that was not probably even there.
Well, she's going to give it a go. Boy, you got to be careful about carving this one.
Yeah. Tell you what, she's probably going to get through the hole. Maybe. No. You know what? That might have been the best thing could have happened.
Maybe.
For her, yeah. Because she had enough. Well, I don't know if she had enough weight, but I'm like you. I just don't think that was ever going to get by the top blue. And if you touch that, then you maybe only get 1. Anyway, nice deuce for Team Kim. Manages to tie this up after 3 ends of play here at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard on Curling Stadium. We'll be back right after the break. Well, that's an interesting end.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, Bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
So we're all tied up, Sean, after 3 ends of play. That was a wild and woolly end, that last one. Team Kim ended up getting a couple.
Yeah. Exciting end, though. A lot of good angle play in that end, and that's what you're going to see with ice that curls like this.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. It was really.
We were talking about that hit in
Yeah.
the break. That one where it's still amazing that she couldn't get it to the middle of those two stones. She didn't touch the second one at all.
No. I was surprised. I really thought that, like I said, when I went by that high guard, I thought, whoa, there's going to be some stuff moving around here. So, and then nothing.
Yeah, I thought she'd be moving too and spinning open, and
Yeah,
she actually
exactly.
only killed the object stone and rolled the other direction.
Yeah. So just a couple rocks in here. Kitazawa with hammer once again. Looking to play the come around the corner. I think she's got it down pretty good. Like to go a little further. And very nicely done. So sort of textbook play here. You got two rocks lined up on touch on the center line. One's in the house, and for one team, and the corner guard, and one behind it for the other team. So
yeah, and so well buried on the corner that they probably have to ignore it.
Yeah,
it's anytime you're ignoring a rock buried, it's a little bit iffy, but it's always riskier for the team without last rock. So she's not exactly going to ignore it. she's gonna chase, though. She can't hit it. She can't play the guard off yet.
So the outturn draw or tap.
This is not the tap they had in mind.
No. Oh, that was not very close.
Tempting to just peel a guard and roll over. Yeah, double guard your own too.
Yeah, I was thinking that's the only shot I can imagine playing here, but at the same time, I thought it'd be interesting to see what she calls, because she does fool me sometimes.
Well, I mean, she could play the run through, try to kill both yellows, but then you're probably not rolling very far.
No.
It's early in the end, and you're in pretty good shape. I don't think you need to get everything out of one shot.
No, exactly.
They do throw a lot of rotation, though, and that's going to gear off, and they lose their guard.
Yeah, lose the guard, open up the ones in behind, and probably doesn't go anywhere. It's the only thing, if she does play the double here, that top blue one's probably not going anywhere, but except for on the yellow a little bit.
Yeah, if you hit it a little bit on the broom side, you might be able to get it underneath, but then you're probably losing the shooter. You might be headed for a blank if that happens.
Well, very quickly we went from the pretty cluttered looking start to not much in play after this.
It didn't go under even at that.
No. So Kitazawa sitting 1 now, and we'll look to remove the number 2 shot out here in the 12-foot area.
She could stay right there. It's going to be an awkward angle for a double and a lot of room between them. She'll probably have to try to hit and roll in front.
Yeah. Second stone, Amy Inami with her, oh no. Yeah, with her final
good.
rock of the 3rd and 4th end. So yeah, to your point, Sean, yeah, you can see it's a good, perfect example of what you were talking about. It's just a really pretty much impossible double unless you had to make it.
Yeah, but we're early enough at the end. This is one of those things where this is why you see so many guards thrown, and you hate to have to try to hold a deuce for this long, because what we're going to see Kim do is try to roll back towards the middle, get these 2 rocks grouped somehow, so that at some point in time later in the end, she's going to have a chance at a double.
Yeah. And this one is going to hang on, I think. And it will.
Yeah, not in a great spot, though. You can draw out of that. It's not exactly behind the corner guard, but if you get close to it,
yeah,
like it takes away one turn option. You certainly wouldn't want to go at it with the in-turn if you're close to a freeze here.
No. And that's the call. Draw down to the yellow. Freeze or close to freeze.
Yeah, that could make it really hard later on. Even if you do get the rocks grouped, it could get hard to get both of them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's either the world's longest backswing or we've got a bit of a frozen screen.
Yeah, I think we froze up a little bit.
But
here we go. We're also working to get this one back there. It looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Want to get a little deeper yet. Could have stood to go a little bit further, but
yeah. It's probably there to make the double.
yeah.
I mean, there's a fair amount of distance between them. It's not a gimme by any means, but the angle's not bad. It's half to maybe a thick half.
Yeah.
Well,
I think the angle's
maybe not
pretty
even.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the distance might pose the problem with throwing enough weight to pull it off, but third stone, Chun-A Kim for Team Kim. So on the out turn, trying to get a little bit more action off of this one. Certainly has enough weight. Was no worries about her being able to throw the weight after all. And she's going to be... We know she's going to hit it.
Yeah.
Just trying to wait to see what happens here on the...
Apologize for a little bit of a freeze on the screen, but...
So it looks like it made its way over and hit it, just didn't remove it.
Lost the back stone as well. So just the two rocks in the rings now.
Yeah.
One belonging to each team. The yellow belonging to Kim is shot stone.
So try to hit this, a little bit of luck, maybe get some separation.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. Do you hit this on the nose or do you try to roll? If you roll, you actually might leave better angle for a double.
Yeah, I think for me, I think I'd like to roll about a foot, just to space it a little bit. But
if
anyway.
you knew you could roll that good,
yeah.
Yeah, like they're dead even now. She's and we're down to. Skip stones yet?
Six.
Six, yeah. So really, she doesn't have the time now to try with a hit and roll to get these rocks grouped again.
No. Now you got to hope for a rollout. That's all you got.
Yeah, well, and I think to hope for a rollout, I think you have to hit the other stone.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess if you hit it just right, if you're not shot rock, she doesn't have to hit this.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't have to hit it, she's not rolling out. So.
Yeah. So here we go for skipper. Eunjung Kim, out turn hit. Wants to hit and stay. The staying part being pretty important on this one.
Well, she's got to roll for shot. If she doesn't roll for shot, she may as well roll out. Like that's no good there at all. She doesn't have to hit that. Wow, she's going to look at hitting it.
Yeah.
I don't love this call. She played a draw on one of these earlier. You know the speed for the draw. You know the line for the draw. You hit this right on the nose. It's a flat double, but it's a double.
Well, and like you said before, I mean, the hit is you always have a better chance you're going to roll on that.
Yeah.
She showed us she has perfect draw weight a couple of hands ago, and And she has played this sort of shot with one of her other players earlier, so I don't know why you wouldn't just draw here either. You're going to sit 2 in pretty good position. And
Well, and she's trying to roll buried besides. Well,
Yeah.
why? You're not scoring 3. I mean, she's going to hit the open stone.
yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter where you
So-
roll. Yeah. But tell you what, she threw it nice. May not love the call, but that's exactly how she wanted to do it. I know she wanted to roll a little bit this way, probably to help prevent the double, but that's
It's a tough double because of the distance between them. The angle's
Yeah.
not horrible, but it's, you're hitting 2/3 of the first one and trying to carry your weight all the way across the house. That's tough.
Well, yeah, and just a couple shots ago when her third threw that shot and she had a lot of weight on, we didn't get to see the real reaction because the camera kind of froze up there for a second, but it was even closer together to this and she didn't move it out. So this would be a challenge to make this double, but she's might as well give it a go.
Yeah, as it turns out, she's just looking to hit. The indication was they were going to just play to hit and roll in and try to be shot rock, force.
Yeah, force her to hit and stay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe so. That's about what she's going to do, really, Sean, pretty much. Well thrown. Both these teams very technically sound. You see that with most of the younger curlers that come up through, whether it be here or overseas or wherever, but still they throw it pretty nice. So a hidden stick for 2 for Kitazawa here in the 4th end. Just dropping up 2, trying to get it back here in the 4th. Be nice to have a 4-2 lead for her after 4 ends of play. On its way with an out-turn hit. Gentle hit, really. Ooh, looks like she set it back a little bit to me.
It does, with a lot of rotation.
Yeah.
But quiet, so it should come up. She's got a lot of room available to roll.
She's going to be fine, I think. Very nicely done. She threw it way better than I thought, obviously. So, nice deuce for Team Kitazawa. And they will take a 4-2 lead as we go to the 4th end break.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
So, getting the second half of their match here between Kim and Kitazawa underway. Kim coming back with a deuce. Take a 4-2 lead after 4 ends of play. Pretty simple two as far as twos go, I think, Sean.
Yeah, for the most part, it was one of those ones, and we talked about it a bit. They had to hold it for a long time, but were able to keep their rocks separated, and they had really one better than average chance at a double, and it was still a difficult shot. They made contact with both, didn't get the second one out of the rings.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Early in the end. They had no guards to work with, but they had really good separation between the two, and it's just they were not able to get them grouped at any time to get, what we would think of as an easy double opportunity. They only had the one real good opportunity, and it was still probably harder than your average double anyway. Makeable, but harder than the average one.
Yeah. So Team Kim are getting hammer now and hope to manufacture a couple of points here. You don't really want to get one here. That's probably never do want to get one with hammer, but in the fifth end, in this particular situation, would not be good getting forced to one, but that will be Kitazawa's plan.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much Kim had to pay our scorekeeper to put themselves in a spot where they stole two and have the hammer. It's 4-2 the other way. There we go.
Oh yeah.
They must have bribed our scorekeeper. They got the 2 points and the hammer.
Yeah.
Looking to throw the second guard now. Are they coming right in? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I don't think with a 2-point lead. If you were throwing the second guard, you'd throw the other turn, I would think. Yeah, they're playing this as a guard. It seems odd to me to play it this way.
Yeah.
Well, it worked for now, but that was the fifth stone of the end. So you're not going to see many easier double peel opportunities.
No. Second stone, Kim Cho-hee for Team Kim. And looks like she's going to be good. They could have stood to have it curl up a little bit more, but it worked out maybe okay. It's going to be on, though.
No. She hit that a little thin.
Yeah, that might matter later if she gets the opportunity to blank the end or not blank the end. She would hate to be forced to take one because this one didn't go out. I just think they just didn't hit it exactly in the right place. So, guy guard going back up for Kitazawa.
I had to check the YouTube stream myself. It's a few seconds behind our production. I apologize. Yeah. We're again having some technical delays. Once in a while, I have seen it before where our production screen will freeze a little bit, but the YouTube stays caught up. They're freezing in the same place here. You could tell from the positioning the guard was close. Here we go. We're back to live now.
Shoo, snuck it by.
Well, now I really want to know where that guard ended up. Did she hog it? Couldn't have.
No. I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea.
I got to go back and check stones now. Oh, I guess the other one was gone. That's the only guard there. Yeah, I'm losing track of them during the frozen. Yeah, okay.
So Kitazawa now going to play down to the back yellow.
I can ask you this question 3 ways, Jim. Are you playing this just a straight draw to the back yellow? Are you playing the tap? Or if, because I've done this with some of my teams, as the skip, you tell your guy you're playing straight down to it, but you know how he's going to throw it and you're going to tap it through.
Tap it through, yeah. 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 I'd probably call it as a freeze just because I want to make sure that they don't come up short on us.
It honestly, it's so overburied. It doesn't look like you should have been able to tap it, but on this ice, we know you can. And she actually locks it right on the corner. That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Locked it right on the corner and really wasn't that tight to the yellow coming by, the guard coming by either.
Yeah, no, not at all. Kim's got an opportunity here, though. She's got 4 rocks to come. She's got a little bit of something to work with on the corner guard side. There's this semi-center, half corner guard up there that she could use if she needs to use it, and so she's got some opportunities.
Yeah, as long as she's playing around the corner, she's always got the chance to come back to the middle and get out of trouble too. So
yeah,
no reason not to go hard here. This is a good example of how much late finish there is. Look how much room there is on that by the guard.
Yeah, so don't want to bounce off at all. She will.
Yeah. Just a little strong, really.
Yeah. It's good as I'll look to remove that. I'd like to roll away a little bit here. Don't need to have any bigger pocket over there than you have to have. Third stone, Nakajima. Seina Nakajima. And she will roll
a long ways.
Yeah. Quick reminder to everybody watching that we appreciate if you like and subscribe to the channel. Certainly helps us out, keeps you up to date and current on everything you need to know about what's going on. This weekend's a busy weekend for Curling Stadium and curlingzone.com and all of those associated things, because a lot of events on this weekend.
Yeah, we've got men and women here in Toronto. We've got men and women, I believe, in Vernon. And I don't think there's any games with featured commentary, but Tier 2 event in the men's in Martinsville here.
Martinsville, yeah. So come around here for Team Kim. And I have to go, I think.
Yeah, for weight. She's got a great line if they can get it there.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good shot. I think. Did you get far enough? Yep.
Yeah. She's got shot rock, and it's got to be pretty close to dead buried. Now, you saw how much room the the draw got by the guard with.
Yeah.
Can she chase with enough weight to push it out?
Ooh, yeah.
She was looking at it. I mean, that was her
Yeah.
first thought. Doesn't look like she can see very much. Again, our camera's
No.
not directly in behind. This is the camera view that you get, when you call down to your lead and say, how much can you see? This is where he
Yeah.
stands and says, oh yeah, you got third to a half.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine. I figure she can see, from the right-hand hack, she can probably see an inch or two, maybe not two.
Maybe not even that
Anyway,
much.
no, she's not going to bother with it. She's going to come around, actually.
Yeah. Which can be made on this ice too.
Yeah.
We've seen, again, the come arounds on the guards. You don't have to be tight by the guard at all. Now, to bury on that yellow one, she'll have to be fairly tight to hit coming by, but there's room to bury in front of the tee line the way these rocks finish.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stone you want to throw this with the type of weight where the brushes can leave it early and sweep it at the end to get the line just right. They're really just cleaning early. That's a good sign. They did have to pick it up a bit before the break point. Yeah, doesn't have the legs.
Yeah, I was trying to remember which end it was. We had the same sort of outturn draw down there that just came up light as well, and I don't know if it was going this way or going the other way is the only problem. So
yeah, it's hard to remember them all, but it's just a little light more than anything else. If they can wait to sweep that until after it starts to break, the sweepers can really control where a rock like that ends up, and she just didn't have the weight for that. To get there at all, they would have had to go really early, and then you just wouldn't have got the line they were looking for.
Yeah, exactly. So an opportunity now for Kim to start to think a little bit about whether she can get a 3-ender here.
Yeah, well, and even if she can, how do you want to go after it? Like she could play the freeze over on the corner. Like she corner freezes that blue stone at the edge of the 8-foot. She's still sitting 2. And you don't have to, and I think that's what they're going to settle on.
Yeah, I kind of like that call, Sean. I think it's
risky to come right around the outside. What if you ever put it behind the tee line and then your whole end could be gone?
Yeah, and you're going to assume here that she's she's got to be going to try hard to think of a way to get rid of one of your rocks versus ignoring everything and coming around something and taking it away.
You lock this on the corner, she might have a hard time getting rid of anything. Because there's that other blue across at the back of the 8-foot. If you're 2/3 on the face of this, I don't think there's any way to get it out. Half even would be tough.
Yeah. So here it comes. Just going to be an outturn freeze, basically, down to the rocks out in the 12-foot. Shot's been played a few times as well, so... One sweeper going pretty hard on this, trying to get it over there. Got to get over there. Yeah. It's a little warm, so you got to make some contact.
The first and almost only thing they said early was it's heavy. Both of them waved, and nobody bent over at all. So they knew it was warm right out of her hand.
Yeah, so she's fortunate in a way that it made contact with that blue one.
Maybe she stayed for second, and that really takes away any opportunity for Kitazawa to play a more aggressive shot. I mean, she tried the outturn draw on her first one. If you roll too far there, she might try it again on her second one, and having gone to school on the first one.
Yeah.
I think if she knows hits it, she's shot rock, and you're going to have to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. And she wouldn't have to roll too far on the next shot to not be sitting 2. So got to really work hard at making sure you stay right there on this one.
Or hit it.
Or hit it, yeah.
Does
Well.
make contact, but rolled a little too far.
Yeah. Play the same draw again.
Yeah. Do you want to throw the same draw, or do you want to draw towards the middle?
Well, you know what? I love throwing the same draw, but I also like having 8 feet of circle to draw to, and not 4 or something, whatever it is over there.
Well, it's not like she really made the last draw either. So.
Well, true enough, yeah. It's on its way. Sweeper's going hard again, though.
Needs a good piece of the 8-foot here.
Everybody's going to sweep. Now they're back off a little bit. They got all kinds. They got to be careful they don't sweep it too far. That's a nice shot. Nice shot, nice sweeping. And once again, we are all tied up here at the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard. 4-4, Kim and Kitazawa. We will be back right after the break.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
So back for end number 6 here in Toronto, the High Park Curling Club for the Stu Cells Tankard on Curling Stadium. We had a 4-4 tie with Kim and Kitazawa. Kitazawa having hammer now.
And we've got another end where they've started with 2 guards. We saw this a couple ends ago. It turned into a very interesting one.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get the same. Game's moving along at a reasonable pace. We were talking about pace earlier with Rory in the last game we did. And yeah, just being a bit of an issue in some of the curling bonspiels, but this one's pretty close.
Yeah. We do talk about it from time to time. You do see some games that run a little bit long. And of course, the expense, and it's not just the expense of getting the time clocks, it's also the volunteer demand that you need to do time clocks. They're just not in play at all of these events. And then the other side of that is, and this has been something that, everything's been at odds with the rules wise for a number of years now. You put in the time clocks to try to speed up the game, and then you put in the free guard zone to try to create more offense, which slows down the game. And you're in a matter of speaking, you're it's you got to pick one almost.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to see the offense? Because I mean, I tell you what, a game that runs a little long, where there's a lot of good shots and good angles and good discussions, you don't realize it until you look at the clock that it took a long time. It's
Yeah.
the ones where, you know, they're humming and hawing over shots they don't have and things like that. Those ones are a little bit more frustrating, but you get a well-played game with a lot of rocks in play, some good angles, some solid discussions. You know, those are fun to watch, and you don't really notice that they're taking a little bit longer. And
Yeah.
I don't have the solution to that. It's the ones that I really hate is to see teams rushed in situations where they have legitimate reasons to take that amount of time.
Yeah.
It's hard to play 8 ends of full out offense and play it in a time constraint.
Yeah.
And I hate seeing them run up and down the end, up and down for an end or two just to bank time.
Yeah. That we haven't seen as much of in recent years. It just, I don't feel we have anyways. We've seen a lot of teams just going up and down the sheet, but
not in a bond spill. You won't,
yeah.
because again, they don't have the time clocks, but I do play downs
Yeah.
here in Saskatchewan too. And I see more open first ends than I'd like to.
Yeah.
For a couple of reasons. I mean, I was, you know, I'm in Saskatchewan. We're not supposed to say anything nice about anybody from Ontario, but I was from the Wayne Madaw school of you had that practice session beforehand. You should know the ice, and you just don't know what you're going to have left for pebble late in the game. So you go after it early when you know the ice is good.
Yeah.
You just had your practice session, play the first end hard. And too often I think you're seeing teams feeling like they have to play one open end because they don't want to be tight for time.
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing about not having the time clocks at the Bonspiel is nobody really feels that kind of a constraint. And we've seen some outstanding opening ends.
Yeah. So nice shot here for Kim. Looks like she might get the roll. Well done.
Yeah, we're seeing an outstanding sixth end here.
Yeah, good shot so far.
Yeah. Both teams started out with a guard. Now it's all jockeying for position. How do you get to use your guard? These little hips and rolls keep putting the rock deeper in the house, which really makes it easier for the next team to get at it, but harder to set anything up.
Yeah, so Amy Nami now is throwing her second shot in this end. Second stone. Attempt to get it down to the yellow. Got to break a long ways. Got to curl a ton. Not sure it's going to get there, and it will not. Well, sort of did, but
just enough to push it farther behind cover.
Just to make it better. Yeah, you get a -1 or something on that shot. Yeah, so that was not a good effort for sure. Looks like Kim's going to go right around again. A chance to put some pressure on Kitazawa. She hasn't shown any tendency to falter in pressure situations, but at the same time, she's not looking to just get a single point here either if she can avoid it. Well, I always figure, Sean, this is an end. You don't want to play yourself into too much trouble trying to get 2 because scoring 1 here is pretty big.
Yeah, and I look at it the other way too. It's if you're in Kim's situation, she doesn't have last rock here. Like, you know, your opposition doesn't mind scoring 1.
Yeah.
So you got to be really careful how hard you push the situation here is the way I look at it. Because I always take a look at this situation. If you're without last rock here, if you could force a blank in 6, now if somebody scores in 7, you're in good shape, one way or the other. If you steal 1, you've got momentum. If you happen to force 1, you've got last rock.
Yeah.
So a blank is, as much as you're still tied without, a blank's not a horrible situation for Kim here.
For Kim, no. So I'm going to attempt to remove a guard here. Third stone, Nakajima.
Yeah, I
And
thought
she'll
we were
get
maybe
that.
going to try to go straight back. There's a bonus, though.
Yeah, she lost her corner guard, but she got one in the house that's going to demand some attention, and all of a sudden you're not probably going to be in as much trouble as you were a minute ago,
Oh,
or
hard.
as you would have been if she had been able to just throw up another guard. Not much choice but to hit this one for Kim, so she was still be in a good position to force. Chung A. Kim.
That's a good shot. I think hitting and staying right there.
Yeah.
You try to roll over in the line, and then they're going to play the triple, which, I mean, again, a blank is pretty good for Kim, but you kind of feel like right now you got a chance to either force or maybe even, it only takes one rollout. You might have a chance to throw a guard and steal. What are we at? We're at third's last stone here. Okay. She kind of needs the double here. You need 2 doubles to get back to a blank opportunity, so.
I don't know where this.
You could try to, this is maybe crazy talk. You could try to stuff this straight back. And then how does she get rid of the blue one?
Yeah. I don't know where that's coming from. Sound. That's a 2.
Yeah, that's not helping. That's such a short run.
It is, for sure. It's always a lot of discussion when the rocks are this close together.
Too much,
Where you
yeah.
want to go and everything. So yeah.
I'd be tempted. Just run it straight back. They're worried about separating all 3 rocks. You don't have to worry about separating all 3. Just keep these 2 yellows, the one you're raising and your shooter, away from the one on the button. If they're going to play the one on the button, make them play it alone by itself. Don't give her a chance to double that one off.
Yeah. So skipper Eunjung Kim in turn hit. Get to it. She's going to lose 1.
Yeah, she lost 1 though. That
Yeah.
gives her the nose hit, and we're back to a blank, which again, not bad for Kim anyway.
Yeah.
But at the start of the end, you're thinking a blank's not bad. At this point in the end, again, talking about momentum after the 7th. We'll talk about momentum now after the 6th. This feels like you let her off the hook.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how that is actually. What you'd be happy with sometimes, and then what happens is like you say, whether it's this situation or other situations, you feel like, oh man.
Yeah, at the start of this end, she'd, at least if you take my philosophy on it, you'd have been good with a blank.
Yeah.
But now, as the end has evolved, it's going to feel like you let them off the hook to give them the chance to blank. I'm not sure she's going to get the second stone, though.
She's not going to get it.
Well,
she has missed many, but that'd be a bit of a miss.
Now you're going to have the chance for the force. They really seem to be overthinking some of these. It hit this on the nose. She's going to play the hit on the rock and the button. She has to.
Yeah.
And I'll grant you could roll into the 4-foot here and give her a little bit less room to roll.
Yeah.
But, don't overthink this. You roll right beside the other yellow, and you might give her a chance to blank.
Yeah.
Just a nose hit. That's a good throw. That's the way you want to throw that. You throw it for the nose hit and let the brushers try to sweep it. And, if you get a little bit of a roll closer to the center line and cut down her room to roll, that's fine. But you don't ever want to take a risk you don't want to be so aggressive playing for the roll there that you roll right beside it and give her a chance to, again, get out of the end.
Yeah. So final rock to come here now for Kitazawa. Needing a hit and stay to score 1.
This will be the first single in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a steady stream of 0 and 4 twos. Going a little bit hard now. Starting to curl. It's going to be okay, I think.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. Kitazawa will pick up 1 here and end number 6. Go to 7, leading 5-4. We'll be back right after the break.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock!
So got a good game going on here. 5-4 lead for Kitazawa over Kim in this qualifying affair. So Sean, you were just talking about 6th end and how this might, what would be good and what wouldn't be good for Kim sometimes going to end number 7, with or without hammer. It's quite a discussion point, really, isn't it?
It is. The tactics in these last 3 ends, especially in a close game, it gets really, really interesting. So here you've got a situation where the team that's up, you'd love to see a single point scored either way. If you steal one, you're up 2. If you force one, you've got the hammer coming home. But if you're Kim in this situation, I'm not even sure you want to score 2, because in a game like this, we've seen if you get your 2 here, that's 5 deuces out of 7 ends. You can't feel real good about your chances of stopping a deuce coming home. You'd love to get a blank. It's real hard to play wholeheartedly for a blank in the 7th end in a 5 rock free guard zone. But here's the thing that I always say: when you know your opposition is trying to force a single, you've got to try to stay open to the idea that they might force you to 3. If they start trying to force real hard, they're going to have to take some chances. So you have to be open if you're Kim to switching gears to full out offense at some point in time, because the opportunity could pop up here for 3. You see it happen all the time. A team is trying so hard to force in 7, and all it takes is sometimes a half shot when you're really trying to force, and now all of a sudden an opportunity for a 3 pops up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cat and mouse in these, even the way that 6th was played. There's a lot of cat and mouse in these last 3 ends of a close game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no question about it. I find that 6th end is just, they say you bring up some good points there, because I figure that 6th end is an end that you just need to score almost in any scenario. Not any, but really almost in any scenario. It seems like you need to score in the 6th end. So it's always kind of interesting how it goes sometimes and how people approach it. I agree with you. Sometimes you got to be careful how you approach these kinds of ends, for sure. And it's an interesting start to this end. Got a odd collection of rocks here. Already need a discussion. We're only the 4 rocks in. And we get a timeout.
I hate when the timeout's at the other end. I can't even tell what they're, sometimes when it's at the same end, they'll point or something.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And you've got an idea. I'm not even 100% sure what they're looking at here.
No.
Part of it, I'm sure, goes back to, just what we were just talking about. Like, how aggressively do you want to play for the force here? There's already 2 yellows in play. Can you see? And it's a little tough to tell because the center line, you can't see it where it runs into the house. So it's hard to tell how much of that yellow she can see.
Yeah.
You could play the blue onto the yellow in the 12-foot.
The blue that's not in the rings?
The guard. It's your own rock.
Yeah.
You can play it into the yellow.
Yeah.
If you could see just all of the yellow, you could play the double. If you really want to make sure you're playing to make sure somebody scores this end, you could still play another draw. The out turn probably tap the blue up.
Yeah.
The one in the 8-foot.
Yep, for what it's worth, that's my
I,
call.
I,
That's
I
the one I'm
think I
playing.
think that's what they're looking at.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe not.
they might be playing it as a hit. Or
Yeah, they are.
yeah, I'm not quite as loving this one, I don't think.
Well, and mostly because this is the fifth stone. So
Yeah.
after this stone, they can go after the guard.
Yeah.
And if you've put them in a spot where that's really all they've got, that's what they're going to do. Now, she threw that badly and out.
Yeah,
She's
it's
not.
way out there. Oh, it's gone
Wow.
sideways. Man, oh man, I don't know exactly what happened there. It's going to work out beautiful for her, but somehow that had to grab a little something out there. It just wasn't quite the normal.
Well, the weight probably helped her a little bit because it was quiet, but
Yeah.
not her best throw, I don't think.
No. No, it looked like it was going to probably sail by everything there for a good part of that run.
It was, again, the fifth stone of the end, so they can go after the guard now, and she's just lining it up to see whether or not she can get two of them. She probably can, but I think she wants to keep her shooter. That's the trick.
Yeah.
So you could just try to blast two of them, I guess. Get the guard, take the one off the side, lose your shooter, but then you're wholeheartedly playing for the blank, and that's hard this early. Blank's kind of the thing you kind of wait and hope it evolves, but
Yeah, and if you go really hard for this one to pick up that one out, just barely biting the 8-foot too, there's a really good chance you don't necessarily get rid of both of them and you lose your shooter still. So that's like to keep something up there if I'm Kim.
the yellow onto the blue is interesting.
Yeah.
Except that then your only guard still is a center guard. You'd kind of like to get that out of there, I think.
Yeah. So she's running the guard, center guard. So it has two rocks in the house. I guess there's the yellow one at the back as well.
Yeah, she's got the yellow one at the back. This is not very close to what she was playing.
No, not at all. Well, let's get rid of the guard.
Yeah. And there's doubles all over the place on the outside, so you can't really guard anything. If you're Kitazawa now, you're playing the hit on the back one and trying to hold the force.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, she's got a lot of rocks to work with to get the force.
Well,
and
she's got one less now. Yeah. Well, and there are doubles over there, but the other situations, there's a couple of hit and rolls available.
Yeah.
Can she make the triple? That's what she's looking at. Can she make the triple? Those first two are fairly close together, so you can hit them pretty. You can hit the first one pretty thin. You're still going to get the second one coming across. And I think it looks like it's fairly thin on the first one to get the third one. It's probably there.
Yeah, it looks on the long view like it would be possibly there. Second stone, Choi Hee Kim. And
one
she gets
touches
two.
Of them.
Removes two. Touched them all, removed two of them.
Yep.
Well, for Kitazawa, if she can get the big long roll here, she can probably run this out if she can stay 3 more times. But if she doesn't, then there'd be another good chance for Kim to get out of this and maybe still get the blank end. pretty hard, trying to get some more curl out of it, and she's going to stay right beside the other one.
Well, that little spin back at the end might have saved her.
Yeah, she got a little bit lucky with that for
Yep.
sure. Probably still can make it go away.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think you have to get terribly hung up on saving the shooter on this shot. Like if you think you have to hit it thin enough that you might lose the shooter, I don't think that's the end of the world.
I think you're losing the shooter to make it.
Yeah. Third stone, Chung A. Kim. Nicely done. Close. Might have been able to hold it if you wanted to take a chance, but Kitazawa going to throw up a guard. Be an interesting decision if she throws up the guard. I mean,
yeah. Well, I think
I would expect Kim to peel the guard, but I'm not positive.
No, neither am I. You still got 3 left. I mean, yeah, 2 doesn't do you much good, though. I think you peel. I'm not positive, though.
No. The only problem if you come around is you might end up almost creating the force yourself, and you don't want to be forced to 1 if nothing. 2's better than 1 at least. So got to get this over the hog line first, and it will.
There is still a school of thought that says if you've got a chance for 2, you take it. In which case, I mean, this is third's last stone. If you were trying for 2 any other end of the game, this is where you'd go around. She's not even going to think about it. She's just going to peel the guard.
Yeah. Looking really hard to see where the shooter's going to go in relation to the rock that's on the corner over there, but I don't know what would ever become good out of that unless you're a little different angle than you have here. But anyway, here comes the peel. It looks like it's going to be fine, going to be thin, going to hit the one she was looking at and put it in the rings. For whatever that's worth, it was a good shot. It stops her from throwing over another guard.
Yeah, makes the next few easy.
Yeah.
It could make for an interesting decision on the last one. You exchange 2 hits here in the rings. If you're Kim, or pardon me, if you're a Kitazawa and you really feel like, well, I'd rather have the force than a blank, she could play the freeze with her last one. And feel like, well, even if we give up 2 is probably better than giving her a blank. And she may not. I mean, she may not feel that way. It's a tough situation. There's still a school of thought that says 1 up coming home is better. Like you still win the I think it's like 60-40. You still win most of the time.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with those stats. I don't think this is the problem I have with those stats. They don't take the conditions and the game into consideration. They're all based on what's happened in the past. There's already been 4 deuces in this game. It's not like deuces have been hard to come by. If it was me, I might prefer to be 1 point down with last rock on this ice today in this game.
Yeah.
Because I feel good about the chance to get a deuce. Rather than have to try to hold my opposition to a single.
Yeah, exactly. So out-turn hit for Kim.
Yeah, and so here on the other side, if I'm Kim throwing this rock, I would try to roll away here. If you stay, you give her the choice to freeze. Oh, and if you ever just stayed just off the rings, you really give her the choice to freeze.
I was going to say the place you don't want to stay is right there.
She doesn't even have to think about it.
It's kind of weird. I don't think her own teammates actually thought of the fact that this is going to stop just outside the rings here, guys. Like, because they could have been pounding that thing over there, and they weren't really doing that.
Yeah, no, they were sweeping it to try to get a curl. They were trying to stay for
Yeah.
sure, but yeah, that is just not where you wanted to be.
No, once it was going that way, you had to stay with it, get rid of it.
Kitazawa hadn't anticipated this. She was already down at the other end.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she wants to make, before she plays a free, she wants to make absolutely sure the rock's not on the rings. Or at least know where it is.
It's funny. I've been caught in this situation too. You're trying to play that freeze on a shot like this, and you spend so much time looking at it. At the end of the day, you're guessing at the line to get out there anyway.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you haven't thrown a rock out there, not
No.
to try to get to just hang it onto the edge of the 12-foot.
No, exactly.
Probably all weekend. You
No.
don't know exactly what you need for ace here.
No.
This looks like a lot of ice.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Well, she knows she wants to be, if anything, a touch on the inside of the rock for sure.
Yeah.
But you want to play ice that gives you a chance to make this. Otherwise, no point in. Well, that might get over there.
Well, she got a little sliver in front. Enough that she's got to probably play for the blank from the outside edge of the sheet, which means she has to go really wide with the broom.
Yeah. I don't know if they were trying to get right to it or not. I think they were at first, but it didn't seem like at the end that they were maybe trying to get right there, or maybe they just wanted to make sure it curled enough. So anyway, pretty good effort. It's good enough effort that we can't see it at all on the overhead. So got to be over there. Comes the out-turn hit for Kim. Has to hit this on the outside.
Sweeping for curl. Oh, never in doubt.
No. So a very nice shot. Led to the little bit unexpected. We don't get a lot of blank ends now. So blank end for Team Kim. They will continue to trail, but they will have hammer as we go to the 8th end here in High Park Curling Club in Toronto for the Stu Cells Tankard.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, Bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
So off we go to the 8th and possibly final end of our game here between Kim and Kitazawa. Jim Nix and Sean Joyce bringing you this one from High Park Curling Club in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So, nice job by Kim in the end, blanking that in.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's one of those things where you could make an argument both teams are happy with their situation. Of course, Kitazawa's got the lead coming home, but in a game where there've been 4 deuces already, and there were other opportunities. I mean,
yeah,
in 7 ends, deuces have been pretty easy to come by. Kim can't be feeling too bad about this. And really, Kitazawa didn't get the greatest start to this end either. The first one that was supposed to be a tight center guard is in the rings.
Yeah.
They had to throw a second guard, which means here with Kim throwing her second one, she doesn't really have a major threat in the middle yet. Yes, there are 2 center guards, but she's not ignoring anything that's really a threat to her yet. She gets a chance to use her corner guard already here in this 8th end.
Yeah.
And boy, they buried that well. That is gone.
So we might see a lot of offense from Team Kitazawa here. Just the way this end's starting out, she might be kind of almost forced to go that way to make sure she doesn't give up the 2.
Yeah, she's committed now, right?
Yeah.
And she doesn't have the greatest angle on the top 2. Like they're staggered in a way that if Kim decides she wants to play the double peel, she can play the double peel and have it come back towards whatever rock you get buried there.
Yeah.
Really need this one to be good, and it's not going to have the weight.
No.
Kim could elect to play guards off here. She could just hit the one on the 12 foot. I wouldn't like the fact that they're staggered. She could hit the one on the 12 foot, try to roll in.
Yeah.
The most natural double peel, we saw this earlier in the game. I can't remember what end it was, Jim, where she had this double peel in the middle and she rolled over and actually lost her corner guard. She doesn't want to do that again.
So I think she's going after the high one here.
Yeah, basically the 2 touching the center line. Not even critical that she gets the second one out. She could jam it and then spin it off to the corner as long as it's just to get them off the center line.
She's gonna...
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, nice shot. So both teams in okay shape there at this point. You've got Kitazawa with some guards that will get work with, and Kim with the center opened up a little bit more for her, but
yeah, I would say massive advantage to Kim right now because she knows she's always going to have the pin.
Yeah.
This is one where you're just trying to establish one around those corners. I mean, you're sitting one right now, but you're kind of expecting some come arounds to be made. But if you can establish one around those corners, you've got an open draw with your last one. That's how you win the game. For Kitazawa, a little tougher now because really she's got to feel like all I'm playing for is the force, and I got to make some good shots to get that.
Yeah. This is not as good.
No.
So adds another rock to the pile, but that's about all right now.
Yeah, they're not even angled to go into that yellow. I think you're playing the double peel here, and I'm fine if you stay right there because it's your stone, right?
Yeah. Might be a tough double peel.
Well, she's over. Again, I think she's overthinking this. She's trying to get the double peel and roll away.
Yeah.
Well, that's tough to do.
Yeah.
Just get the double peel. Stay right there. It's your stone. If she comes around your stone, run it back.
Yeah.
Is she talking about maybe coming around herself? The fact is that the blues are angled and overlapped. You could. It's probably earlier in the end than I'd like to be coming around 2 stones that close to the center line, but it's it's there.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a timeout. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be hesitant with Hammer to come around this. I think I've got lots of stuff to work with there, but
it does seem early.
Yeah.
Like if we were on third stones,
yep,
third's last stone.
Yep.
Sure, you get around that stagger. They don't really have time to do anything with it.
No.
If you came around it now, I have to think they would play the double tap on the blues.
Yeah.
And then try to leave something lined up. So they're gonna play the peel with that broom. I still think they're trying to hit it center line side, and so they're trying to get the double peel and the roll, which I think is too much to ask for.
Yeah.
And if you're going to leave a rock up there, I'd rather leave the yellow one. So make sure the double peel, hit it on the nose. Make sure the double peel.
Yeah, if you stay, you stay. Just got to do some curling though to make the double
She's
peel.
maybe trying to slash this thin and get it going across the top. Yeah, that's what she was playing. Wow, they look so close together. I wasn't sure you could. I would have bet you couldn't do that. They were so close together. Good eye, nice shot. And now she's in great shape. The guard's a good foot, a little more than a foot off the center line. She's got plenty of room to draw. The guard is her own guard. Kitazawa's playing the end around a corner guard for her life without last rock.
Yep. But if she gets it in there, I don't know that
she's still going to chase. Yeah. Well, she
Yeah.
doesn't have to remove it now. She's playing the whole end on the corner now.
And this one's got to go a long ways yet. Well, there's no question it'll be gettable for sure with
yeah.
the amount of curls. She did a good job getting it over. The sweeper did a good job getting it over as far as it did.
Yeah, the only question now is, do you have to get it? Could you, if you could corner freeze on the inside of that, you might not be behind the guard at all, but what does Kitazawa do with it?
Yeah. Well, they have decided. Not much we know.
That doesn't look like enough ice for the freeze, but it's certainly not going to have a lot of weight. Quiet weight tap. Try to roll to the center line.
Yeah. Looks like nice weight for this shot, though. For the shot that they called. Needs to get over a little more. Needs to stay. And it will probably not.
Yeah.
Kitazawa on it, and it's going to spin back.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter at that point. It rolled too far. In order to be good, it was going to have to be in a spot where they had to play it. Well, they don't have to play it now. They can try the draw again. If that stays in the back of the forefoot, this draw attempt you couldn't get shot rock off of it.
No.
And that's a problem for Kitazawa.
Yeah. Going pretty hard on this.
Yeah, early. This has got to get by.
It's going to be close, but no, she's going to be on the guard. Some not real good shots this end. Yeah, I was just thinking when the yellow one stayed at the back, that if it came to her having to pick something out or whatever, where she didn't have to stay, she'd have the winner at the back, which would be a
Yeah, true.
yeah.
Well, your third to last stone, you could just come around. You could peel that guard. Like, what has she got now? The cluster on the side, it's hard to get around that anywhere where they can't get at it.
Yeah.
Mind you, it's not an easy peel anymore. I guess you could peel from, as we look at the house, you could peel from the right side and roll all the way across the open side. You're taking a little bit of risk running it kind of towards your own, although you'd have to be really thin on that blue to jam it, I think.
Yeah. A tough call.
I like the peel. I mean, even if you jam it at the very back.
Yeah.
Again, that rock, you don't need that rock to score your 2. That yellow stone that's been sitting, I mean, they drew around their corner guard with the lead second stone. It's been sitting there ever since then. And it is locked behind 3 guards right now. And that's all Kitazawa is going to have to work with. If she goes to that side, she's going to have a hard time putting a rock where you can't chase it and move it.
Yeah. So underway here. Third stone. Chun-A Kim looking to peel. And
doesn't want to disturb those. Oh,
I know. I was thinking the same thing. So one more chance coming around here. We got 2 more rocks left for Kitazawa. They haven't had a lot of luck so far making one of these draws real good, but
yeah, and I'm wondering if she should even be coming around. You could throw the corner guard on that side a little bit wider, closer to the center line.
Yeah.
Somewhere where it can't be peeled, right? And then you've got a little bit more to come around on the last one. Your steel's out of the question anymore. You're trying something in a spot where they can't get it out. And I'm just not sure you can do that right now. There's so much movement there.
Yeah. There's a lot. I feel like if you can either guard fairly tight and keep the rock at the top of top 8 foot sort of thing, then it might be difficult for them to chase.
Well, I think if you're by the guard tight, I'm not sure you're getting by the rock in the 12 foot.
No. Okay. Right, here we go. Guess we're gonna probably find out because
that's probably about the best she could have done with it, I think.
Yeah.
You can certainly play this as a freeze. You don't necessarily have to kill it.
No. So freeze, they freeze, or depending on where they are, you may or may not get a shot at the second one. But
you don't even have to. If you're Kim, you don't have to necessarily be right down to it either. You could be 6 inches in front of the tee line, just angled onto it.
Yeah, and just be shot rock.
Yeah.
So Eunjung Kim. So an out-turn freeze. Called more freezes in this game than we did in a season sometimes. It's got to work its way over.
Good ice for those types of shots, and it's because of movement like that. Look how much that moves from the hog line in. I think she's just a little heavy here, though.
Well, and she is.
Yeah, it was her weight that got her more than the line.
You got to go. Well, if you're going to go over here somewhere, you got to just make sure you're not setting up any kind of a double.
Yeah, it'd be real easy to look at just drawing to the other side.
Yeah,
sit 2 on the other side.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, there shouldn't be any risk. There's so much movement here. You shouldn't have any risk of staying in the open. But what if you crash the guard? I guess if you crash the guard, do you leave her a way to get to the blue one? They're staggered. It should still pop back. I don't think so.
Yeah, they might be. Yeah, the guards might be long enough that that's not going to be a problem. But so it's on its way now for Ikue Kitazawa. I think they're looking pretty comfortable with it right now. And now try to carve it over. Should be pretty good, I think.
She'll bury enough and end up right on the face of her own.
Nice shot. So Kim with the draw needs a tiny little bit more than full 8 foot. For safety, I plan on biting a 4 foot with this and play one more end.
Well, and this is where, psychologically, everything creeps in your mind. She was heavy on the last one.
Yeah.
On top of that, she's throwing a different path here.
Yeah.
Heavy on the last one. Brushers are down right away on the second one. Did she take off too much weight?
She just might have, because they are going full out. There's nobody looking up. Nobody looking up at all. But I think she's going to be okay. Can she get there? She needs a little bit more. And a great job. Good sweeping job for the Kim team. Never really looked up that whole time, I don't think, Sean.
Couldn't. Yeah.
No.
They had to take it from one end to the other. And now they take all the rocks from one end to the other. They play the extra ends towards the home end here in this club. So.
Yeah. So we will go to a short break, and we'll be back for the extra end just right after this.
Well, a quick commercial break, and we're back to catch the lead stones here in this extra end. Kim for the tight guard here with the first one. And they're working it to get it back to the center line as well.
Good spot.
Have to expect there's going to be the double centers coming anyway, so you may as well come around it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Down this way last year, we had watched a little bit of, see a few of our competitive spiels, and we don't have a lot of real good teams, but we have a number that are pretty decent. And we did see a number of teams go to the wings on this shot, which was something we haven't done for years. And
yeah,
it was interesting to see. It's kind of thought like, well, you know what? I don't know if it's that bad. So anyway, I don't know how it worked out real well, but I did see a number of teams try it at least.
It's worth a discussion. And again, it can come down to the ice as well. talked about it a couple of ends ago about how it can make a difference as to how you want to approach those ends when deuces are easy to come by. Well, same thing here. If the come around the center was a little tougher, you might be tempted to go to the wings, knowing that, well, they've still got to make a tough shot to get around, and eventually we're going to be able to start peeling. Any little biter out in the wings could be the rock that, as you talked about earlier, that could be the rock where you just have to hit and roll out to get the win.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't throw it to the wings in this situation expecting that the opposition is going to go hit it.
No.
You're throwing it out there to just keep it out of the way in the middle, and that might be the rock that gets you the win on a hit and roll out with your last one.
Yeah.
I think there's probably some ice conditions or rock conditions is probably the bigger issue, where that would be a worthwhile consideration. In this case, that second guard didn't get back to the center line. It looks like they're playing the tick on the high one.
Okay.
I'm just basing that on the fact that the skip is nowhere in the screen. She's way out there. So I think they're playing the tick on the high guard.
Yeah. Or they've forgotten the rules or something and going up to peel it away or something. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll know a pretty good idea here in a minute.
Now, it may not have been in the no tick zone, but it's still in the free guard zone.
Yeah.
So when she takes it out, it goes back and the shooter is removed from play. And really right now, if you're the Kim team, you could come from either side, but it's hard to feel real good about that blue stone at the top of the 4-foot. If you can get at it with the out turn, you might be able to push it just behind the tee line.
Yeah.
She's talking about freezing to it. I'd prefer to move it if it was me. You're only going to get just so many shots at it.
Yep.
Like the peels start on the next one. Great line. I don't know if she's going to have the weight to move it. Mind you, I mean, I was the only one calling for the weight to move it. They were calling for the freeze the whole way. If you make the freeze, your rock's no better than just full 8-foot, maybe a sliver of the 4. You need this double peel to be missed. And if you're Kitazawa here, you'd love for both of these rocks to move. Even if it comes back, you don't care if it disturbs those two in the middle right now, because the yellows can't spill to any better than maybe a sliver of 4-foot at best.
Yeah. She gave that a little shove outside there, so she's never really got close to the line.
And right now your lineup in the house, if you're Kim, isn't great either. I think you have to guard for a bit, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you do too. It's just make any other move and you might end up with nothing to work with at all. So you got to give yourself a little bit of a chance here.
Really want it to get to this side of the hog line.
Yeah. And they will. Just didn't want to oversweep.
Pretty well lined up, too.
Yeah, it's a great setup right now.
She's pretty much got to play the straight single peel on this one. Well, with that broom, she's maybe giving it a go. This would be a little risky. I mean, they're in a straight enough line that if you ever jammed, you could leave all 3 yellows in play and just kill the 1 blue and leave something buried. Then they get a chance to come around and put a better one in. Straight peel is good there. Okay, we're on third stones now. So you're guarding. they're peeling. You're guarding, they're peeling. Then we're at skip stones. And you might have to do something on first skip stones if you're Kim, because really
I think
that
you do.
freeze attempt, it
Yeah.
didn't end up in a good spot for you. You can't really use the yellow stone. You can't really get at the blue stone.
Yeah.
But could you come right around both of them with the intern?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah. I think you might not have much choice.
Well,
just
the
following your
only,
pattern.
yeah, the
You
only other
have
thing
to.
I see you could, if you do the guard peel that I talked about,
Yeah.
you could. You'd have to have really a lot of guts to play this, but the yellow guard straight back.
Yeah.
Yellow onto blue, you sure can't afford to roll off. These are going to be awfully tight together, and that might change everything because, yeah, there's definitely a double peel available there now. And if you're Kitazawa, you can't worry about jamming it on the rocks and the rings.
No, exactly.
If you can get rid of 2 yellow guards here, even if you lose your blue, even if it stuffs it, you're still going to have the whole 4-foot available for your draw. Boy, they're just not really giving these a good chance to make them. They're popping them so much. It's never got a chance to come back to what they need to hit for the double.
Yeah, it just seems like with that little effort of throwing the extra weight, they're just throwing the delivery is just not quite the same, and they're having to kind of steer it around a little bit by hand. That's never good. So he's going around now.
They're looking to make the play in the rings now.
Yeah, it's hard to know when. I do feel like this might be one shot too early, but who knows for sure. So Chung A. Kim. This looks
Are they going to
really
get it by?
good if they can sneak it by, and they will. Wow, that's very, very nicely done.
Yeah.
About as good as you could do.
Pretty much have to go after that too. If you were able to peel the guard, they could guard that stone better.
Well, and the other problem is they just haven't done a very good job with these guards at all. Like, I don't have a lot of confidence you're going to be able to hit everything on the right side to maybe move 2 or 3 rocks and luck out with a little better position. But
she's going to
try
it though.
Something, yeah.
Or maybe she just wanted to know how much they could see of the rock in the rings by the guard, maybe. So she's keeping in mind the either or. I guess if you're gonna, you don't want to clip the guard here. If you're gonna clip something, you got to clip the yellow one in the top of the 8-foot, and that's worth thinking about, because if that yellow one's not there, you could probably see enough of the blue to play it onto the yellow one. As long as you got 2 shots at the yellow one, she can't take both of them away with 1 guard.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't getting by the long guard, I don't think.
No, not even close, I don't think.
They played it really quiet, left both rocks in play. I mean, if you had to, I guess you could come off the yellow. You could come off the blue too. It's really thin. Well, I don't think I'm playing that freeze here. I want a guard on this one.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't hate her idea to corner freeze the yellow with the last one. Like you play your last one right there. What's she got left? But you play it on this one and she'll blast. Because she doesn't mind losing that blue one at the top of the 4-foot as long as it's not helping her.
What's her biggest fear here? Is she afraid of her somehow making a play on the blue onto the yellow?
It must be. And
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, looking at that, she can probably see enough of the blue to chisel it onto the yellow.
Yeah.
But just.
Do you think if you threw a guard top 12 here somewhere, like maybe on the boat where her broom is now on the R, if you threw that up there somewhere in that neighborhood, do you think that she'd ever take a shot at the blue one? I don't think she would. I think she's going to whack whatever you put there. No. Now, it could go back on yours as well, I suppose. I don't know. I just don't ever see her playing the blue one on this shot. I think whatever happens there.
It's funny. If you look at the overhead, the blue
Yeah.
looks tougher than if you look at the shot from the hacks.
Yeah, I know.
From the
That's
shot
it.
from the hacks, which again, our camera's not dead in behind the hacks, I don't believe, on this end.
No, but this one's close, I think. A little bit to the right, maybe. Yeah.
Like if you look at the hack shot, it definitely looks like the blue slash is pretty makeable. She doesn't need to hit all that she can see to make it. So if you're talking the corner freeze then on the yellow, are you trying to nudge it an inch as well to take that away? Because if you're not, then why are you trying to play it this tight?
Yeah.
Because you're not taking the shot away, and the guard could be higher.
Yeah. So here it comes, anyways. Kim's first shot here in the eighth extra end, not eighth end, ninth end. Looking to put it right where the broom is, so basically right about between the A and the R, which doesn't really stop the raise shot. I don't even know what it stops, but a little bit of a bump. Well, it's kind of where I was talking about, so we'll see if she makes a go on the blue one. The problem with this, I see it all, is that if she hits that top one really hard, if she can get a piece of the blue on the way by.
Yeah, there's a chance all three of them fly, and
Yeah.
then it's really hard to guard that stone at the back half of the button with just one guard.
Yeah. And you may be able to move the blue one a little bit towards the yellow. You might bump the yellow a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, it may not make contact with the blue. It's really hard to tell.
Yeah, I know. That's it. Well, it has to almost miss to get the blue to go towards the yellow anyway, so.
Well, mind you, I mean, if you're Kitazawa here, if you can double the yellows and not move the blue, you're still okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you've got two ways now at the yellow. It's either direct, or the little slash. Well, again, you can't take both of them away with one rock.
No.
One thing I don't think they've talked about playing the blue directly onto the shot stone anyway. So they're definitely looking at the double on the yellows.
Yeah.
But I think it's a question they're discussing how they want to hit it, where they think everything's going to end up. Is it going to touch the blue? Do they need to hit it right on the nose? In which case they stay there, which still leaves the yellow covered. That's not ideal.
Yeah, the yellow might just go totally over the top of the blue, but say if you play that and your shooter stayed somewhere between the R and the K.
You can almost make the double on the one that was just thrown and pick the one off the button. I think you might be able to pass it by the second one and catch the
I see what you mean.
Third
Yes,
one.
okay. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong.
And
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
Which is almost the same shot you were talking about playing if you ever think you're going to move the blue on to move up a little bit. So anyway, she's hitting the same rock we're talking about. So
yeah, what I don't hate about the nose hit, I guess you'll still leave it covered, but you've got two blues to angle in on it. One's on an angle, one's straight back, and she can't guard both of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll never know by the expression of the players because these players never can't figure out what they were trying to do. They never look upset, which is neat. So
she's playing the double and trying to get her shooter out of the way with that weight.
Yeah.
And she's going to be pretty close to it. Actually nudged it. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Kim has shot rock, but now there's room to draw, and Kim's going to have to try to put one in the front.
Yep. Yeah, very good effort for Kitazawa on that one. And the blue one did make contact with the yellow, which was interesting, but I don't know if there was any way to make it make any bigger contact. So
if you're coming in here, I think you got to bite the button. Like top four, bite the top four. It doesn't change. You could be a halfway guard and it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
If you're coming in, you need to be shot rock.
Yeah.
Like drawing over there does not change anything. Yes, you're sitting two. I guess she can't hit, but she's not hitting right now anyway. She's drawing to the button.
Yeah.
She can't see all of that yellow rock now. She's not hitting it. She's drawing.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't want this one to go past that.
Well, yeah. Why are you throwing? You're trying to guard a shot she's not playing. Like,
yeah.
But if you come to bite the top of the button, like she can't. It's hard for her to make the double because it's going to come into that blue stone. So
yeah,
I think
really difficult. Yeah.
If you're coming in, I think you're coming in to stay on the center line side of this rock.
Yeah.
And in which case you may as well try to get shot rock.
Yeah. Sweeper's going pretty hard, so she's not heavy.
Yeah, it's already over curled anything that's going to do her any good, though. Like, I don't think you ever wanted to be any farther over than just split the center.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. She might have taken a little bit of something away, but not very much.
No, I thought she'd be drawing here for sure. She's looking at, and it isn't a long run.
No.
Hard to miss everything.
No, she's decided quickly anyway this time, so she must be going to throw it quite hard. She's got no ice.
Yeah.
I think if I was her, I might be throwing it firm, but I'd give myself an inch or something of ice here. I don't want to over curl this rock. I want to give it a chance on the.
Yeah, you have a chance. You always have a chance on the other side. I mean, even if you drive it to half the yellow, it comes across and it sticks on the other blue, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I can't see how you can triple those out. So
no. On its way. Sweeper's trying to hold it. Got to go hard. Both sweepers trying to do what they can. It's not going to get there, I don't think. Oh, so close. Just one more inch of ice. But Kim will steal one here in the ninth end and secure a 6-5 victory over Kitazawa. Kitazawa will live to play another day. She will play probably at the 9:30 game tonight or 9:30 tomorrow morning or something. I don't know. She's playing again. I don't know whether you haven't figured out the schedule yet, but she will have one more crack at making the playoffs. So in the meantime, Kim will proceed. So on behalf of myself and Sean, thanks very much for joining us tonight. We look forward to being with you a bunch more this weekend yet. There's still all kinds of games to be had. One more draw this evening, all day tomorrow. So I think that's it, Sean. Good game.
Good game. Went right down to the wire and so close on the last shot. It fitting that it would come down to a shot that close. Unfortunate that it happened to be a miss.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for joining us. On behalf of myself, Sean Joyce, and Kaylee doing our production today, we hope we see you again on Curling Stadium, probably later tonight or tomorrow. That's it for now. Bye now.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.